I'm saying? Toyota want to act like they want to start building cars that are super fast, super exclusive, with great technology, and kind of want to charge bread for it like regular folks can't afford it. Like I got bread, I can afford that. That's nothing. That's nothing, you know what I'm saying? 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. Listen, however they want to charge for it, I could go cop it. I'll go up to the dealer and just pop them in the face like this. Whatever they want, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? I got credit cards, Home Depot cards, gas cards, insurance cards, whatever cards they need. However I got to put down, I can cop it. Stop playing with me, Toyota. You just pick my money up. It's not like I need it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna pick this money up. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to waste money even though I don't need it? I can just definitely throw it in the dealer's face like that. But you know. Anyway, sorry for my little frustration, but let's get into this video, okay? This car features a 4.0 twin turbo V8 with a hot V layout.
Wait, what?
Hey yo. With an inboard turbochargers to shorten the airflow pass and eliminate the turbo lag, right? A view inside of the engine reveals high flow cylinder heads and an over square piston design engineered specifically for high RPM power delivery. So all right, with some layman terms, right? I mean, although this is a hybrid assisted engine to help with the torque delivery down low, just to make sure this car can accelerate fast, right? It's still built to be a high revving V8, which means you have to pretty much rev through the RPMs to get to the power band to pretty much feel the power and get the car going, all right? It won't perform like most turbo vehicles where the power comes in heavy on the lower RPM, but it would make sure the car has some good giddy up, but still be able to use the power throughout the full high RPM band. Most other supercars and fast cars, you start going through the RPMs, you're going to jail for the most part. All right, so this is unique. I like what they're doing so far from what I'm reading. They also added an 8-speed new transaxle, which gives the car a race-like shifting over a traditional torque converter. That's cool. Forged aluminum double wishbone suspension, with high mounting arms, which helps with the razor handling precision. So essentially this thing is sounding like a race car or street legal race car, which makes sense because they always said that they wanted to get back into the GT racing. So it seems like they built the car specifically for racing, but made it street legal, if that makes sense. You know, without further ado, let's get into my opinion, right? Listen, I think Toyota really created some shit, man. This car is awesome. Like, listen, when Toyota shows the auto industry that if they feel like, or when they feel like they can create some shit with their tech that many cannot replicate, they definitely do it. Like, this car is sexy as hell. It definitely gives off a Mercedes AMG coupe with a retro modern Japanese take from the 90s. I'm gonna put the AMG GT90 on the screen. I'm gonna also show the Supra, and I'm gonna show you like how some of the looks how they took both looks and kind of blended it and meshed it together with their own Japanese modern styling. Like, it has a long bonnet with a short rear, similar to the Mercedes Benz AMG GT. It does have some styling cues of the Supra, the LFA, the Lexus SC400 in my opinion. If you take a look at those cars, you can see a little bit of those three kind of blended into this car. This car is clearly going to be like relatively fast, while giving the drivers the ultimate joy of revving out the car and, like, how can I say, going through the RPMs and being able to use the full power or nearly most of the vehicle's power, and making it super fun to drive without worrying about going to jail. Don't get me wrong, you're still gonna go too fast to go to jail, but you'll be able to go through the RPMs a little bit, rev it out, shift it, you know, in certain cars, You hit a certain RPM, you at 125, 130. That's jail time, brother. Like, it's over, you know? I honestly think like Toyota got one with this vehicle. I think we have been waiting for Toyota to pretty much let their engineers off the hook and design something that would, how can I say, compete with the other cars in the market. You starting to see certain cars, manufacturers, I should say, coming out and developing these kind of fast cars, these cars that most of the real enthusiasts like. You know, I think this is awesome for the car world. Like, think about it, at a time where everything is going like super EV, you starting to see the EU kind of come down, which I might make a video on this, but the EU is starting to respond to what the manufacturers are saying. They're coming off the heavy car ban. You're starting to see manufacturers kind of go back to making fast cars. They're not going so hard with the V8s like they used to, but they're still making relatively fast cars that are turbo V6s, V8s, trying to stay to a certain emissions and make cars that are fun and fast and things that we pretty much ultimately want, right? Now, let's get into some other things with this car, right? The thing that can tank this car is the price. It's the price. Like, what the hell are you going to charge, Toyota? Nah, I mean, really, like, what are you going to charge for this car?
$1 million.
Like, I think the price ultimately will dictate how well this car does. Because people are super excited about this car. Everybody, every page I've done seen, every news script that I've done read and went through, and it's very detailed and showing that people are excited that Toyota is pretty much getting back into GT racing and also building something fast. We all know Toyota got crazy technology. They just like to work with other companies, i.e. Subaru, i.e. BMW, to save some money, but build something in unison that's super fast with their spin on it, with the reliability. But when Toyota really comes out and makes something in-house, people are super excited. So I feel like there's two routes Toyota can ultimately go with this, right? They can either try to go the exclusivity route in some of the same fashion that Ford did with the Mustang GTD, and some of these other companies are doing with the limited production run, and it's basically like made to order, and you can't sell them for the first couple years or so. It's pretty much done to keep the value up, make people really value the car more than it should, making it super exclusive, keeping the price high. You can't sell the car. You have companies, as I said, Ford before is doing it. Ferrari has always been known to do it. Who else? Bugatti. Certain other car manufacturers definitely make their money doing these kind of things, right? So it seems like that's on the table for Toyota, or they can go the route of what Chevrolet did with the ZR1, which is what I like, with mass production, and maybe price it around between 125 to 150, giving people the opportunity to possibly get one and set your company up for mass income, right? And I think this kind of gives the car some, how can I say, competition, because that's what you ultimately want to kind of drive the sales of your car, right? So you got the Z06 Chevrolet Corvette, which is around that price, maybe 109, 115, 120, which makes around the same horsepower. And then you have the Toyota, if you put it around that price point, they're around the same horsepower, both rear-wheel cars. One is mid-engine, one is front-engine. Both obviously made for track days. Some people might hop to get the Toyota because of the reliability, and it's Toyota. They haven't done something like this in a long time, but when they do it right, ultimately. Some people are gonna go with the Chevrolet because, you know, it might just be a little bit cheaper, or it might be better, more easier to, pay for maintenance and things of that cost, or just, hey, it's American muscle, right? Mid-engine car, exotic looking, Ferrari looking, sounding, who knows? But what it would do is it would definitely help both companies. Both companies will continue to sell, and you put yourself back in the market where Toyota hasn't been in a long time, right? Honestly, from what I'm reading and from what it sounds like the car would be very expensive. It's very exclusive, possibly very difficult for regular folks like ourselves to purchase. This can also be the very downfall of this car as well, right? Like if you think I'm lying, like if you really think about like the beautiful machine that Toyota Lexus created years ago, it was called the LFA. That car was a crazy sounding V10, one of the best sounding cars I ever heard, one of the most reliable, exotic supercars we ever seen, but it flopped. I mean, the value is super high today, but it flopped at that time because of how much Toyota is charging. And most people are not trying to pay 250, 300 to 500 grand for a Toyota. Let's keep it real. Toyota, if you guys are smart, keep the LFA with the high ass pricing. And I think I would do mass production of this vehicle and make it somewhat affordable to in the 100s, where people who kind of done a little bit well for themselves or work hard and put some money down to the side, who want to treat themselves, can ultimately go and buy that car. And now you have a crazy market that you can keep releasing cars in. Your cars are super reliable and people will come in and buy it for that price point, opposed to 300 to 500K. And I can see why you guys are mulling that idea of doing that, because Ford is making crazy amount of money on the GTD, right? The dark horse, that's what it's called, I believe. But I mean, hey, if Ford does have an extensive history in GT racing, the Mustang is, come on, it's a Mustang, it's a well-known sports entity. And then Ford always made the Ford GT. So Ford has some lineage in making super fast cars. Not saying Toyota don't, but Ford has lineage in making like exclusive type exotic cars from time to time, And this will kind of be one of Toyota's first forays into that market. So listen, Toyota, I know you're gonna do what you're gonna do, but I'm telling you, if you put it at that price point, you guys will sell like crazy. I'm trying to tell you, you guys will sell like crazy. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. You got a Toyota that's almost 650 horsepower, 627 pounds of torque, high revving engine, exotic looking, fast, is about to come out on the market. I think Toyota hit it out the park. It's just that if they don't get the business model right, they could possibly tank it. Let me know what you guys think. This is my thoughts on it. Sorry I took so long to release a video about it. I like to get more information about certain things before I just jump and make a video about it. I like to see where the industry is heading and what they're talking about with certain things before I elaborate on it. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if Toyota is wilding out trying to make something that's super expensive, or if they should go the more Chevrolet route and make it low hundreds so people can afford it. Tell me what you think. I'd like to hear other people's thoughts. Let's debate. Final boss out. Thank you for tuning in, y'all.